Schools do not teach you much. They're mostly concerned with propaganda. Most schools don't teach you how to live, find meaning in your own life, how to disagree without getting angry. I don't like our country. It's completely corrupt. And that's for most civilizations today. They're all corrupt. I'm sorry to say that. I don't like what I'm saying. I wish it were otherwise.
But there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. You know something? They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club.
We economic hitmen have managed to create the world's first truly global empire. And we've done it primarily without the military. Unlike other empires in history, we've done it through economics very subtly. We work many different ways, but perhaps the most common one is that we will identify a third world country that has resources our corporations covet, such as oil, and then we arrange a huge loan to that country from the World Bank or one of its sister organizations. The money never actually goes to the country. It goes instead to U.S. corporations who build big infrastructure projects, power grids, industrial parks, harbors, highways, things that benefit a few very rich people, but do not reach the poor at all. The poor aren't connected to the power grids. They don't have the skills to get jobs in industrial parks. But they and the whole country are left holding this huge debt. And it's such a big debt that the country can't possibly repay it. So at some point in time, we economic hitmen go back to that country and say, look, you know, you owe us a lot of money, you can't pay your debt, so you've got to give us a pound of flesh.
We are victims of culture, all of us. That's why we have a distorted view. We believe that some people are good, some are bad, some are creative, some are less creative. All that's bunk. Everyone can be creative. Now, they tell you in your schools that plants grow. That's a lie. They need water, sunshine, soil, moisture, gravity, all those things. Without them, the plant doesn't move.
The secret organizations of the world power elite are no longer secret.
It's known as the Bilderberg Group. Could their objective be world domination?
I'm not comfortable with that at all. Who elected these guys to run the planet?
They are the elitists. They feel they should run the world for their own selfish interests.
Now we can see a new world coming into view. A world in which there is the very real prospect of a new world order.
Bilderberg is making great progress toward a world government, and only an educated, informed public can stop them in their. And only an educated, informed public can stop them in their tracks.
If few nations control most of the Earth's resources, you're going to have territorial disputes. You're going to have war. You're going to have all the problems you've always had. That's why most people think it's human nature. They think man is basically greedy, and that this is why you have problems. That is not true.
El grupo Bilderberg fue creado en 1954 por dos personajes, uno ya fallecido y el otro muy viejecito, que eran respectivamente el príncipe Bernardo de Holanda, el padre de la actual reina Beatriz, él falleció hace 3 o 4 años, y el otro personaje, ya muy viejecito, que es David Rockefeller, de la famosa saga de los petroleros.
By the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all.
Fruto de las cuales este mundo acaba moviéndose bastante en la dirección que ellos marcan. ¿Quiénes son estos miembros del grupo Bilderberg? Yo pienso, aunque no es muy conocido porque ellos son muy discretos, que existen como dos grupos de personajes, aquellos que son de asistencia fija y aquellos que son de asistencia esporádica como invitados. Los que son de asistencia fija no suelen superar la 50 de personas y cada uno de ellos suele acompañarse de 1 o 2 amigos, lo cual hace que al final el grupo presente puede llegar a ser de 150 personas cada año. Personajes, todos ellos claves. Personajes claves como pueden ser todos los antiguos secretarios generales de la OTAN, todos los comisarios de comercio de la Unión Europea, presidentes de grandes bancos, acaban marcando la vida política. Es de saber que en esta reunión del grupo Bilderberg, creo que en el año 1991, se presentó una persona relativamente joven, poco conocida, por la cual apostó el grupo Bilderberg. Tanto apostó que esta persona, conocida pero poco, que se llamaba Bill Clinton, al siguiente año era nombrado presidente de los Estados Unidos. La misma apuesta hicieron al año siguiente con un diputado británico, también poco conocido, Tony Blair, que era nombrado primer ministro de la Gran Bretaña al cabo de un cierto tiempo. Nota curiosa, estos dos personajes fundadores del grupo Bilderberg, con el paso del tiempo, lógicamente, envejecieron, porque lo habían creado en el año 54, y buscaron gente nueva que se encargara del grupo. Y uno de los que hoy en día tiene un papel representativo importante en el grupo es un personaje sueco, el señor Wallenberg.